When dwelling in the field of the Philistine, David smote the land, and saved neither man nor woman alive, and took away the sheep, and the oxen, and the donkeys, and the camels, and the apparel. And he returned and came to Achish. And Achish said, Against whom have ye made a raid today? And David said, Against the south of Yehudah, and against the south of the Yerahmeeli, and against the south of the Qeni. And David saved neither man nor woman alive, to bring them to Gut, saying, Lest they should tell of us, saying, So did David, and so hath been his manner all the while he hath dwelt in the country of the Philistine. And Achish believed David, saying, He hath made his people Yisrael utterly to abhor him. Therefore he shall be my servant for ever. Of the books called Shamuel, the first, chapter 28. And it was in those days that the Philistine gathered their hosts together for warfare to fight with Yisrael. And Achish said to David, Know thou assuredly that thou shalt go out with me in the host, thou and thy men. And David said to Achish, Therefore thou shalt know what thy servant will do. And Achish said to David, Therefore will I make thee keeper of my head forever. Now Shemuel was dead, and all Yisrael had lamented him, and buried him in the Ramah, even in his own city. And Shaul had put away those that had familiar spirits, and the wizards, out of the land. And the Philistine gathered themselves together, and came and encamped in Shunam. And Shaul gathered all Yisrael together, and they encamped in Gilboa. And when Shaul saw the host of the Philistine, he was afraid, and his heart trembled greatly. And when Shaul inquired of Yahweh, Yahweh answered him not, neither by dreams, nor by Urim, nor by prophets. Then said Shaul to his servants, Seek me a woman that hath a familiar spirit, that I may go to her, and inquire of her. And his servants said to him, Behold, there is a woman that hath a familiar spirit at Ein Dor. And Shaul disguised himself, and put on other raiment, and went, he and 2 men with him. And they came to the woman by night, and he said, Divine to me, I pray thee, by the familiar spirit, and bring me up whomsoever I shall name to thee. And the woman said to him, Behold, thou knowest what Shaul hath done, how he hath cut off those that have familiar spirits, and the wizards, out of the land. For what reason then layest thou a snare for my soul, to cause me to die? And Shaul swore an oath to her by Yahweh, saying, As Yahweh liveth, there shall no punishment happen to thee for this thing. Then said the woman, Whom shall I bring up to thee? And he said, Bring me up Shemuel. And when the woman saw Shemuel, she cried with a loud voice. And the woman spoke to Shaul, saying, Why hast thou deceived me? For thou art Shaul. And the king said to her, Be not afraid, for what seest thou? And the woman said to Shaul, I see a god coming up out of the earth. And he said to her, What form is he of? And she said, An old man cometh up, and he is covered with a robe. And Shaul perceived that it was Shemuel, and he bowed with his face to the ground, and did obeisance. And Shemuel said to Shaul, Why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? And Shaul answered, I am sore distressed, for the Polish team make war against me, and God is departed from me, and answereth me no more, neither by prophets nor by dreams. Therefore have I called thee, that thou mayest make known to me what I shall do. And Shamuel said, For what reason then dost thou ask of me, seeing Yahweh is departed from thee, and is become thy adversary? And Yahweh hath done to thee as he spoke by me, and Yahweh hath torn the kingdom out of thy hand, and given it to thy neighbor, even to Dawid, because thou obeyedst not the voice of Yahweh, and didst not execute his fierce wrath upon Amalek. Therefore hath Yahweh done this thing to thee this day. Moreover, Yahweh will deliver Yisrael also with thee into the hand of the Polish team, and tomorrow shalt thou and thy sons be with me. Yahweh will deliver the host of Yisrael also into the hand of the Polish team. Then Shaul fell immediately his full length upon the earth, and was very afraid because of the words of Shamuel, and there was no strength in him, for he had eaten no bread all the day, nor all the night. And the woman came to Shaul, and saw that he was greatly troubled, and said to him, Behold, thy handmaid hath hearkened to thy voice, and I have put my soul in my hand, and have hearkened to thy words, which thou spakest to me. Now therefore, I pray thee, hearken thou also to the voice of thy handmaid, and let me set a morsel of bread before thee, and eat, that thou mayest have strength when thou goest on thy way. But he refused, and said, I will not eat. But his servants, together with the woman, constrained him, and he hearkened to their voice. So he arose from the earth, and sat upon the bed. And the woman had a fatted calf in the house, and she hasted, and killed it, and she took flour, and kneaded it, and did bake unleavened breads thereof. And she brought it before Shaul, and before his servants, and they did eat. Then they rose up, and went away that night. Now the Polish team gathered together all their hosts to Aphek, and Yisrael was once encamping by the fountain which is in Yezreel. And the lords of the Polish team passed on by hundreds and by thousands, and Dawid and his men passed on in the rearward with Achish.